Hi everyone, it's Brenda Quintana here. You might be wondering why I'm posting a recorded video today and not doing a live, and that's because I am on a plane today. I am traveling to see my mom in British Columbia, Canada. And so I thought I would do my normal Casing Tuesday, except I'm going to record it. So I hope you will watch this. We've got a great promotion this month. It's called Perfect Partners, and we have 6 stamp sets that were standalone stamp sets that now have die sets to match. And you can get the die set, and also you can get the dies as part of a bundle. They also have bundle pricing. So I'm going to share with you all the Perfect Partners bundles and die sets at the end of this video. But for now, I'll just let you know that I am using one of the bundles today. So we'll be using this little piggy, that bundle, and I will share with you a card with that. And it's also Casing Tuesday, and that's the day when we share a card out of the catalog and we give it a makeover. And you can join us. We have a Facebook group, and I will leave down in the description of this video, I will leave a link to our group so that you can join us and you can share your card that you've made, just like what I've done. Take this week and make a card and share it on our Facebook group, and I would love to see your card. So let's have a look at what today's card is. Here it is. So this card is actually from almost the end of the catalog, the July to December mini catalog. And that set with the little mice, if you like that, that is our host reward set or a Stampin' Reward set. And you can earn that free with an order of $150 or more. That's one of the products that you can choose, or you can choose anything out of the catalog, but these are special reward sets that are just for rewarding people for placing larger orders, or also they used to be used for at-home parties and for host rewards. Okay, so here, that's the card, and here is the sketch that goes along with it. And it's a fairly easy layout, and you've kind of got a big background layer, and then you've kind of got a banner across that you can do different things with. So I will show you how I did my card, and at the end I'll go over everything else that I think that you might need to know. So let me switch cameras and share with you my card. So here it is. Look at this. Isn't he cute? So cute. And actually, I did make some other cards with the same layout, and we'll go over those a little bit. But I'm making this card today, and I used the same layout to make this card, and then I used the same layout, but I turned it on its side and made a landscape card too. So these cards, this layout's great. You can do a lot with it. So I just love this. And now that we have die cuts, you can add these little leaves and the little bird, and you can die cut out this piece as well, which I would have had to hand cut that had I not had the die. So let's talk about this bundle. This stamp set, this birthday piggy, is in the annual catalog, and it didn't have a die set. And now in the month of September, it comes, you can get it with a die, and these are called the Playful Piggy dies. If you already have this stamp set, you can buy the dies as a standalone, or if you don't have this and you now want it, you can buy both of these together and save 10%. So I love that you can get the bundle pricing if you order them together now. So this die set, it has dies that will cut out the 3 piggies, the little butterfly. It has a banner if you want to cut out your greeting. It has this adorable wagon. This is a standalone piece. There is no wagon in the stamp set. And then it's got all these little extra pieces like wheels for the wagon, the leaves, the little bird, a little banner, some flowers, and we've got grass down here at the bottom. So this is a great companion set for this birthday piggy. And just so you know, these die sets are only available while supplies last. So even though they said that it's from the month of September, these may sell out before the end of the month. So that's, if you want this, do not delay in getting it. All right, let's start by making our card. And I've got a piece of parakeet party here, and I cut it to 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and I scored it in half at the 5 1/2 inch mark. Then to keep it flat, I'm just going to use my bone folder. All right, and then I have a piece of basic white cardstock. Let me give you the measurements for this. It is 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. And we're going to use a embossing folder out of the holiday catalog. They're come in a pack of 2. These are called the Charming Landscapes embossing folders. And I don't know if you can see it too well, but this one's mountains and snow, and this one's a village and some snowflakes and Christmas trees. So I'm going to use this one here just to give the, actually it looks like little stars in the sky. I'm going to give this a little background. So I'm going to grab, actually, you know what? Before I do the embossing, let me stamp my little piggy first, because I also want to die cut it. And that way I don't have to bring out the die cut machine twice. All right, here's my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad. And I'm going to ink up my little piggy. Just kind of tapping on this one. This one, the Memento is a linen pad, so I'm being a little rougher with it to get the ink on here than I normally would with our other colored ink pads. And I'm just going to stamp this on a scrap piece of basic white, like that. I'm going to show you how I did that a little differently, remove the happy birthday in a moment. Okay, now I think we're ready for die cutting. All right. Okay, so let's do our die cutting first. I've got my base platform number 1, thin die adapter number 2. I've got 1 cutting plate number 3, and then we're going to take this die right here and place it on here. And I'm going to use a little bit of the Post-it labeling and covering up tape, or you can use the top of a Post-it note. It has the same stickiness effect. And I'm going to just line this up. Make sure there's a lot of parts to this die, so I'm just gonna keep tilting it until I can see. I like to be able to see the edges of everything. All right, I think I've got it lined up. Let's put it on like that. And then we're gonna run this through. And then pop this off gently, because I don't want to accidentally take cardstock off with my little Post-it tape. Okay, so there's my little piggy. And then we're going to die cut a couple of leaves on the bird. So let's do that. Same sandwich as before. These are just scrap circles that I had from another project, so I'm just going to reuse them. And I've got leaves. I want to cut 2 of these. And I've got the little bird. Let me see, do I need to die cut anything else? No. Put that down there, that there. Run this through. I love all of these little peripheral dies. Okay, this is going to need a little help getting out. There's these little holes that you can use to poke out the little pieces. And this one right here, so cute. And I'll just pop this little leaf back on. That the colors I'm using, the purple was Orchid Oasis and the green was Parakeet Party, just like the card base. Scoot this back. You can die cut or move this through the platform in both directions. Okay, there's my little leaf. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is do the embossing. So we're going to get rid of the thin die adapter, the number 2 plate. And we're on the number 1 plate. And these, oh, let me see. These are regular dies, or regular embossing folders. So I don't need the embossing plate adapter. So I'm going right on the number 1, on the number 3. And then for this, I'm going to, this is the piece, the 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece I cut earlier. And I'm just going to line this up like this. And I'm not going to worry about if this edge is going to crimp down here because that's going to be covered up with paper. So I'm just going to line that up like that. And then we'll run this through. And then we've got a nice little background for our Piggy to drive by on his scooter. Okay, I think I've done all the die cutting and embossing I was going to do. All right. So come here, little Piggy. We need to give you a little bit of color. I'm going to use Petal Pink for the Piggy. I'm going to use Orchid Oasis for the scooter. I'm going to use some, this is Parakeet Party. We'll also use some Daffodil Delight. I'll grab my fresh freesia. Okay. I think we've got all the colors covered that I need. Okay, we're ready to color. One more thing that I want to do, I want to change this greeting, happy, happy birthday, and I want it to say we, because I want to put enjoy the ride down at the bottom. So how did I do that? So first of all, I'm going to take my stamp and clean it off. Make sure it's nice and clean. Okay, it's got all the ink off of it. One of the ways I love to clean my stamps is my stamping chamois. It looks really ugly, but it takes off the ink really well. It just gets stained over time. So all you need to do when you need to use it is wet it and get the water to start absorbing the sponge again, and it's just wonderful for cleaning off your stamps. It gets them really clean. Okay, so I want to do this little flag and change what's in the flag. So I'm going to use a basic black marker. This one is water-based, and this is actually a standalone marker. It's the only marker that is a standalone marker. All the other markers you have to buy in a set, but this one's a standalone because black we use a lot of. And what I want to do is I'm just going to take the outside of the flag. I'm using the side of my marker, and I'm just going to marker up the outside of the flag, avoiding the words. If I hit the words, then I'm going to have to start over again from start. Okay, so there we go. I've markered that up, and now I'm just going to huff on it with like my hot, moist breath, which sounds terrible. But actually it works really well. And I'm going to stamp right there. And you can see we've got the little flag. And then we'll just use this little "we" stamp. And you can just stamp on there. And then I would color it with Parakeet Party. And just the inside, like I'll just start right here just to show you. I'm just going to avoid the words just for a second because they're still a little wet. But I would just go ahead and color that whole thing green. And then I would cut this out, and you can avoid that little top part. And this is what you get, the little "we." Okay, and so we're going to glue that on top of there afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and color the piggy. I'm going to start with my Petal Pink Dark. Oh, one little thing. If you want to label the ends of your Stampin' Blends, I have a chart in the resource section of my blog, and you can print off these little labels and punch them out with a 3/8 inch punch. You can either print them out on a big sheet of Avery labels, or you can print them out on basic white cardstock and then punch them out and add them with mini glue dots. I've done that to all the ends of my markers, so when they're in the display, I can see them very easily what I want to grab, because some of the colors look a little similar. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my piggy. I'm gonna go on the outside. This is the dark. I'm gonna come in and just outline my piggy in the dark. All right, and I'm going to come in with my light bullet tip, and I'm just going to start swirling around here. And I'm going to have a light spot right around his shoulder, so I'll draw that in. I don't know if you can see that. Just drew a circle in. And that's just going to remind me not to go over that spot, so that I have like that light reflection right there. I can make it smaller, but I just want to make sure that it's kind of stays there. And I'm just blending out that line. Okay. Then this scooter, I'm going to use light Orchid Oasis, come through and do all the, I don't know what you call it, all the pieces that are painted on this piece. And I think I'm also going to have to bring in some of my grays. So we'll bring out our gray Stampin' Blends in just a second. This is also going to get colored. Just trying to look and see how I colored it originally. Okay. Now I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab, oh, I need to really reach. The grays are down at the bottom. I'm going to use Smoky and Smoky Slate Dark and Light. And I'm just going to come in and tip this light yellow or dark Daffodil Delight, but just hitting those little areas. I'm going to do the wheels in dark Smoky. Just so I can see the details of the wheels. All right. And then, oh, and I'm going to do the top of the light here in the dark. And then I'm going to do the rest of the trim in light Smoky. So there's this little piece right here. And then there's the seat. Okay, it's coming along nicely. I'm going to go ahead and glue my "we" on here. And of course you could leave it as happy birthday if you wanted to. I just wanted to show you how you could change that if you didn't want to have happy birthday on there. You could, there we go. And then I'll just come in and I'm gonna do little stars in yellow. And there we go. Do some of these other shapes in Parakeet Party. All the little triangles. And then Fresh Freesia. I'm going to do all the little dots in Fresh Freesia. All right, that just adds a little bit of color and fun. I noticed that I didn't do the snout, so I just add a little bit of, oh, and the tail. Forgot the tail. Okay, I think I got everything colored. So there is my little piggy all colored. I actually find it really relaxing to color. So if you enjoy coloring, this is a really fun set to play with because you can stamp a bunch of these and then color them while you listen to music or watch your favorite show. So it's just a nice way to relax. Okay, let's bring all these pieces in. So I've got this piece right here and I'm going to glue it down right in the middle of my piece. Make sure it opens the right way. And I'm just going to try and center it as best as possible. Okay. And then I'm going to take a piece of the 2022 to 2024 In Color Designer Series paper. And this comes in 5 colors: Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. And here I am using Starry Sky. It's got double patterns on it, and it's just a little piece of paper from that collection, measuring 4 1/4 inches by, let me grab my ruler, 1 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to adhere this across here. I want to leave a little bit of room at the bottom for stamping my greeting. So usually I stamp on here before I add it to the card. I forgot that I had to add a greeting. So normally I would go ahead and stamp first before I adhere, just in case I made a mistake in my stamping. And I have lost, okay, here we go. So fingers crossed I can stamp this straight. I'm gonna put enjoy the ride. I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for the bow. Oh, pretty good. So yeah, I've got just a little bit of room to add the bow. And I did tie this bow earlier. This is also Baker's Twine from the 2022-2024 Baker's Twine collection. Let me just grab the twine. This is what it looks like. It comes in these little rolls right here, and it's in all those colors, so you can choose whatever matches your in color paper. So I love that. I'm just going to put a little dot of glue right there. Okay, I'll stick my knot in that glue, and I'm going to hold it down. I find that this holds better than mini glue dots over time. Mini glue dots are a little less work and mess at the beginning, but I find that the glue holds things a little longer. So there we go. And now we can add our little piggy. And I'm going to just put some Tombow on here. And I want the energy to be coming off the end of the card. And since this is a die cut, I can do that. So I want it to come just a little bit off the edge, as if it's kind of, the pig is driving in from the outside. He's cute. I actually debated on whether just to leave it like that without the little bird. So you can kind of see the difference. I like it without the leaves as well too, so you could just stop right there. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I can move this up. I kind of want this a little higher. Let me move it a little higher. I think that was a little low. Okay, there we go. All right, now it kind of matches my other piggy a little bit better. So you can see if you want to leave it without, don't glue your piggy too low if you're going to leave it without. Oh, here are my little leaves. So if you want to add them, I just actually add the glue on the leaves, and that way I have a little handle to add this, and I'm just kind of coming in from the edge. Little dots of glue. Okay, and then this little bird. I decided to add a little bit more glue on there since I didn't know if it would stick well because of the embossing going on there. Okay, and I did add some rhinestones. Let me grab those real quick. I just noticed that right then. I added some rhinestones after the fact. Okay, let's see. I've got some smaller rhinestones here. So I am just going to actually pop them over those little circles, and this is just going to give a little bit of bling to the card and give it just a little bit of sparkle and dazzle. It just catches the light really nicely, so you can see, you can just see the little bling on there. And that is the little piggy card, and I love this. I love that we have a die set now. So let's take a quick look at the other cards I made, just so you can get a sense of how I made this. This card right here, the background is Tahitian tie. I used more paper from that collection of designer series paper that includes this one. This twine is from that same pack. This banner I cut, it's part of the piggy dies right here. So it's part of this collection. I didn't use anything outside the collection. I used a different embossing folder on this one. This one right here is from that same grouping, the Charming Landscapes from the holiday catalog. And so I just changed it around, different piggy, different die cut, Tahitian tied on the balloon here, crumb cake, and Tahitian tied and Daffodil Delight. So you can kind of see just the exact same dimensions. And then for this last one, I actually used another embossing folder. Let's see if I can grab that one. This one is the Pretty Flowers embossing folder, and I use that in the background since this piggy was actually on flowers, so it's kind of flower themed. And this is Orchid Oasis parakeet party paper from the same pack, Daffodil Delight, and some parakeet twine, crumb cake on the bottom here, parakeet stems, Daffodil Delight for the flowers. So you can see how this is just really an adaptable card layout, and this little piggy, or it's called This birthday piggy is just such a fun stamp set, and now that it has a die set to match, it is even more versatile. So make sure if you like that you get it as soon as possible, because it's going to go away at the end of September, and just or it may sell out before that. And before I forget, I want to just go over quickly the other stamp sets that are part of the Perfect Partners bundle. So we've got, there's 2 out of the holiday catalog that match. So we've got a new die set that matches this stamp set just in time for fall, Apple Harvest. And you can see the dies are right there. If you go to the Stampin' Up! Store, you'll be able to see everything more close up. We've also got Yeti, the Yeti dies. And let me pull that page up. And I don't know if you noticed the Yeti. He's so cute. I'm going to be using the Yeti next week in my samples. And he's on page 38 of the holiday catalog, and now he has a matching die set. And then we have 4 out of the annual catalog, and I already showed you this birthday piggy bundle. That's what I used today. We've got the tree trimming dies. Pull that one up. It matches this stamp set down at the bottom here. And it comes with these cool dies right here. We've got the flower one, this fresh cut flowers down here. And it is on page 65 of the catalog. And here is the new matching die set for that. And then finally, we've got the Waterfall Canyon right here, and these are the dies that match with that. And this one, if you love to build scenes, this one has a ton of elements that you can use to build the waterfall up and trees and everything. It's a really cool bundle as well. And then for this Friday, I will be doing another video using this birthday piggy. I'll be doing a 3D project with this bundle on Friday. It will also be a pre-recorded video because I will be still in Canada. All right, let's come over back to you guys. So all the supplies that I talked about today while I was making my project are available on my blog. And if you want to purchase anything I talked about today, or you want to purchase one of the other bundles, my September host code is KZT7PTCG. And this month, if you spend $50 with me and you use this host code, you are going to get a sampler pack of the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. And it is a quarter pack. So normally the pack, if you get it on Stampin' Rewards, it's a 12 by 12 pack, but I'm making a sampler pack for you, and it's a 6 by 6 pack, and it comes packaged up in a cellophane bag like this. And this is what I will be sending at the beginning of October for everyone who qualifies. You need to spend at least $50, and you need to use my host code for September to qualify for that. Okay, let's just see if there's anything else that I need to tell you. So on Friday, you'll see another tutorial from me using the this birthday piggy bundle. And I will be posting a video for that coming up on Friday. I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will be back on September 20th. While I'm gone, if you have any questions or anything, I'll be checking my email daily, or you can call me, and I will take care of anything in my downtime, which I will have a little bit of downtime, but all the work and stuff, all the tutorials and stuff will be pre-recorded. So I'll be working a little bit in my spare time, but I won't be working all the time while I'm gone. But please drop me an email if you have any questions, because I want to take care of all of you guys. All right, take care, everyone. Have a good week. Bye-bye.